This is a CBS2 News update. I'm Allie Bauman. The search for a 10-year-old who disappeared after going for a swim off Long Island has been suspended. Today, the Coast Guard ended a major rescue effort after 22 hours. The boy was last seen in the water off Long Beach just before 6 o'clock last night. He and his 11-year-old brother had taken a bus to the beach alone and went for a swim. The brother was rescued and taken to a hospital where there were no lifeguards on duty, and rescuers say warning signs were ignored.
There is a rip current, you know, it's the Atlantic Ocean, and like I said, it's dangerous. They went in the water near the jetties, and it's the most dangerous place to go in the water.
The Coast Guard urges swimmers to always swim near the shore and stay within sight of family and friends. Caught on camera, a truck driver damages car after car on a Queens street without even knowing. And it's all because of a tree branch wedged behind his cab. CBS 2's Mark Liverman has a story from Whitestone.
Well, you can still see some of the damaged cars out here, smashed in windshield, pieces of debris along the hood. And then I want to show you this. You can see the impact from that truck and from the tree, the caved in metal along the side of this car. You can also see pieces of wood inside the windshield, inside the car itself. Some of the cars actually had to be towed away because they were destroyed. Take a look. The sound of a tractor trailer's brakes screeching down the road, smoke pouring out beneath its tires, all after the truck caught a section of tree near 12th Road before continuing on and eventually driving down 14th Avenue in Whitestone Tuesday night.
Yo, 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 yo! Over here! Stop this guy!
Eric, who didn't want to reveal his last name, saw the truck headed down the street with a chunk of tree spilling out both sides, wedged between the cab and the trailer. So he jumped in his car and tried to stop the driver.
His wheels had locked up, followed his tracks up to the service road.
But the driver didn't stop, damaging close to 20 cars.
My concern was that he didn't try to get onto the Whitestone Bridge or one of the area bridges and drive with a tree branch sticking out of both sides and potentially do a whole lot more damage.
Eventually, a bridge and tunnel officer pulled up next to the truck driver before he took out any more cars.
Came out and it looked like a total war zone.
Video from overnight shows debris all over the road. Luckily, no one was hurt. Doreen, who also didn't want to reveal her last name, says her car had to be towed away.
We could have killed a lot of people. We have children on this block. We have the school around the corner.
Police say it was an accident, that the driver never even realized the damage he was causing. But Doreen doesn't buy it.
How do you go and do this? There's no regard for human life.
And police say that truck driver was issued a summons for driving without headlights and leaving the scene of an accident. In the Whitestone section of Queens, Mark Liverman, CBS 2 News.
Police have released new video of the driver they believe ran down a teenager in Englewood, New Jersey last week. It shows the suspect getting out of his car just a few blocks from the scene, checking for damage, and then driving off. 15-year-old Christian Valdez was hit while riding his skateboard. He remains in a medically induced coma. On Long Island, a court appearance for two drivers charged in a deadly crash that killed a newly engaged couple. 35-year-old Ramel Watkins faces several charges, including manslaughter, after his car crashed into another vehicle on the Nassau Expressway in April. The chain reaction accident killed 21-year-old Isora Levin and 20-year-old Alicia Kaplan. They're going to be married this summer. Their families spoke in court about how devastated they are by the deaths. Another driver, 25-year-old Zacchaeus Stewart, is facing charges of driving while intoxicated. New developments in the battle over separating migrant children from their parents. The president says he'll be signing something to keep those families together.
We are very strong at the border. We're very strong on security. We want security for our country. The Republicans want security and insist on security for our country, and we will have that. At the same time, we have compassion. We want to keep families together. It's very important. I'll be signing something in a little while that's going to do that. And the people in this room, I'll be doing something that's somewhat preemptive, but ultimately will be matched by legislation.
Since early May, more than 2,000 children have been separated from their parents after crossing the southern U.S. border, according to the DHS, as part of a new immigration strategy by the Trump administration that has prompted widespread outcry. The Secretary of Homeland Security is reportedly drafting an executive order. While some lawmakers say this is an issue the president can end, Republicans are working on a bill to tackle the issue.
This is very good compromise legislation that not only solves the child separation issue at the border, it also solves the border. It solves DACA. It solves a lot of our broken immigration parts.
Let's be very clear about this. The president has the power in and of himself to stop this policy. He implemented this policy. It's under his watch that it went into effect, and he could stop it immediately if he wants to.
Under the new bill, Ryan says families will remain together under Department of Homeland Security custody throughout the length of their legal proceedings. They could vote on that bill tomorrow. New York City Schools Chancellor Richard Carranza announces the city's first ever plan to diversify middle schools. It targets District 3, which includes the Upper West Side and South Harlem. The chancellor says 25% of all seats will go to low-income students who have lower academic performance. The plan takes effect in 2019 for students entering the 6th grade. A very odd day on the job for a deputy near Lake Tahoe. Watch as he intentionally breaks the glass of a car window just to let a bear out. He quickly runs, and you can see why. The freed bear runs quickly in the same direction. The bear had destroyed the inside of the car and the ability to unlock the door. Now here's Vanessa Murdock with a look at the weather.
Hello, happy Wednesday. We're looking at a day where we'll see thickening clouds, warming to seasonable levels at 80, and then later on today, a little more unsettled weather rolls into town. We've got an area of low pressure out in the Ohio Valley that's moving in our direction. So as we make our way into the evening, maybe some stray showers, but overnight we're going to get rounds of heavy rain, maybe some thunderstorms as well that could cause localized flooding on those roadways and maybe even some residual problems for your morning commute. So enjoy today. 80 degrees. More clouds, that stray afternoon shower, but you've probably noticed humidity levels have dropped off significantly, which means it feels so much more airy out there. Overnight tonight, showers and thunderstorms, heavy rain at times will bottom out at 66 degrees. These thunderstorms could produce that localized flooding that we're talking about. Really heavy rain in a short amount of time piling up on the roads. So tomorrow morning, as you make your way into work, please be mindful. The roadways will certainly be wet. In some spots, we could have ponding still. By afternoon, after a little bit of a soggy start, it's 83 for your Thursday as we start summer officially. Yes, it's 6:07 in the morning, looking like a great start again after a little bit of a dreary start early on. Friday, it's 78, mostly cloudy skies, a chance for a shower or storm on Friday, but Saturday really looking sticky with thunderstorms likely, a high of 78. Better half of your weekend will be Sunday with a high of 85. Very sticky again with just a chance of an afternoon storm to wrap up the weekend.
A surprise in the water for tourists in a boat off Hawaii's coast. A lava berg the size of a van was spotted floating in the ocean. It came from Kalau's volcano, which erupted around 6 weeks ago. Hundreds of homes have been destroyed on Hawaii's Big Island, and 24 fissures have opened since the eruption began. And just in time for summer, the U.S. Postal Service's new scratch and sniff stamps are making their debut today. The stamps feature illustrations of various popsicles, and while officials haven't said what the smell will be, they insist it will add the sweet scent of summer to letters. That's your CBS 2 News update. Be sure to stay with us online, on social media, and on TV for the very latest.